India's first.
Good evening, Mrinal. So, good evening, Saksham, Ayush. We are live now. I hope I am audible to all. Yes, Shubhrodeep, thank you so much. Good evening. I'm audible, no? Just let me know once if I'm audible. So, we are live now and we are going to start. Audible. Okay. So, good evening, Yusuf. So, today, the slight intro that is required for everyday class for those who are new. Okay, for them. My name is Reshmi Mukherjee, as you can see from here. My channel is for the English subject, okay, for class 9, class 10, 11, and 12, ICSE, ISC. Um, Mrinal, it is as was promised. You saw the poll, no? So, according to the poll, the number of uh, people interested in class 10 topic was more. So, we are going according to that. All right. So the website that I have and that is still being updated, you will get new things over there. You have already some and some will soon come. And that is slotskill.com. Those who haven't yet joined my Telegram channel, you can join there because I post the class link before joining, so you will not miss any class. Okay. And I also share what topic we are going to do and all. Uh, yes. So if you and yes, of course, that I would love if you would do the like, share, and subscribe that you know. Share it with your friends so that they also can benefit from here. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Press the bell icon. We have live classes for 4 days. Today is Saturday, so you know that today we have a live class 10 p.m. every single Saturday. Every single Thursday we have a class which is 8:30 p.m. Every single Sunday we have a class again 8:30 p.m. and Tuesday also we have a class, but that is 10 p.m. Okay, and the available offers that as I cannot, as it is high time now and all my batches are booked. So available offer that I can provide is you can share your question papers. Now that your pre-boards are happening, your pre-final is there. So if you want to discuss your question paper, if you are doubtful about what your answer should have been, why you have lost any mark and all that, if you have any doubt, you can share that paper with me. Okay. Now that your board exams have started, your pre-board has started, and if you are sharing it, share clear pictures because I need to understand उसमें क्या लिखा है, right? And scanned pictures if possible. And where you are going to share, you can see my email ID. Okay, you can share it there. And the last thing that I will say is the thing that even last class I told you. I have decided, because I saw many of you are interested, I have decided to, good evening Krishanu, and I have decided to provide you with some question papers that will be of course after your pre-board. That means for me it will be from, that will be open from December, end of December. Okay, you have you can ask for question papers, you can ask for question paper plus answer key, you can also ask for question paper and you can submit the paper to me, I can correct them. You have three options, and for the three options, this is of course a paid thing. Here you can in the live class आप जो भी doubt है वो पूछ लो. Okay, if you don't want to provide anything. No, only over YouTube and private classes and also the website. Okay. And one more thing, that is, if you are interested for the question papers, if you want them, you have to contact me through email ID. It will be a paid one for your, what should I say, for your question paper, it will be only 100 rupees. Okay. For question, if you want one set, okay. And if you need the answer key also, it will be 150. And if you need me to correct the paper, that would be a little high charge, because I have to, it's not just MCQs, right? So I have to correct, go through all of it and everything. So it will be 300. So I have told you all the charges and everything. If you are interested, you have to mail me to the same email ID. Okay. According to that, you will get the answers after the payment is made in the Google Drive. Okay. You will get a link only you can access. Okay. So uh, that's all for from here. And yes, so let's move to the question paper. See, the last class we discussed this MCQ part. Okay, if you haven't followed it, you can just check the last live video. You will get the answers of this one. Okay, then because we have already solved the MCQs, we'll move to let's keep it little easy today. Let's not discuss Merchant of Venice. Let's discuss the treasure trove part. Okay, today. So that is your short story. Okay, here it is written, answer one or more questions from this section, which is section C. Okay, you are told to answer any one, but we are going to discuss both. All right. So question number 4, let's start with it. Read the extract. Now, the most important thing that many of you have asked through mail, through everywhere, one thing that I will tell you, this in this portion, will you will do the language paper. Rina, language paper always on Sundays mostly. MOV also we will do, Yusuf, just because today we are keeping it a bit easy. Okay, we are discussing. First start with easy. Okay, then you go to the deeper ones. So short stories we are discussing. We will see how to write the answer. Okay, that also you check, so that it's not just these answers. You anyway know how to write them. See the extract. Read the extract from Ray Bradbury's story All Summer in a Day. I will give you a separate set of questions for All Summer in a Day. Okay, given below, and answer the questions that follow. The girl standing in the open held out her hand. Remember that scene where she holds out her hand and she is dismayed to see that there in the open palm there was a single raindrop. She began to cry looking at it. So you understand that she was sad about it. They glanced quietly at the sun. Oh, something bad has happened. So now let's come to the questions. How old were they? First question is, how old were they? First, see how many marks are there. 3 marks are there. And how many part questions are there? 1, 2, 3. That means max to max it will carry 1 mark each. So, how will you write how old were they? I've got one answer. All right, let's not waste time. Keep on answering, okay? Keep on answering. I will waste little less time today because it is 10 p.m. You have your dinners to go for, okay? How old were they? They were 9 years old. You have all written. All of you know it. Next, where would, now first thing, how to answer? We are not going to write 9 years. This much I think you all know, right? We are not going to write 9 years. No. We are going to write they were 9 years old. They within the quotes. Now next question, where were they living? Okay, which place did they live? Why Yusuf? This is there in your topic, no? This is the sample paper only. I have a video, Yusuf, you can check it from there. For the time being, see how to write the answers. Shreyoshi is written, acha. Say, next one, where were they living? Where did these children stay? Which place? Yes, correct. They lived in Venus. Okay, the planet Venus. Yusuf, do not leave. I will say do not leave any chapter like that because MCQs are there. MCQs can come from anywhere. Okay, even if long answers are not coming. So Venus, correct. Next question. So again, we are going to write these children lived in the on the planet Venus. Okay, what had they been doing until the girl called their attention to the raindrop? So before before the girl saw that raindrop on her palm, what were these children doing? Remember that day, why was that day important? Because that was the day after 7 years they were going to see the sun for just a single hour. Okay, so what were they doing before that child saw that drop of water on her palm? Of course, they were outside. Immediately, you know, how come the water droplet will fall on her palm, right? They were outside. So question is, what were they doing outside? various actions are given, right? So from the various actions you have only one question, sorry, one mark for this answer, this question. So you have to write a single point is enough. So they were of course outside their tunnel like underground house or underground place to survive. Okay. And one more point what you can add is what they were doing. Okay. What were they doing? They were outside the tunnel or they were outside the underground tunnels, and they were, what were they doing? All right, Yusuf. Just read the chapter once, okay? From the video, see if you have any doubts clarified there. Just go through it. Even if you don't want to do the long answer questions, you can solve the MCQs. Okay. What happened? Everybody has fallen asleep. What happened? What happened? See, what were the other people, what were the children doing? They were outside the underground tunnel and they were doing what? They were enjoying something. Okay, I will say. No answers coming from your end. So you will just write that they were outside the underground tunnel. The children were outside the underground tunnel. We will not start with a pronoun. We will not start writing the answer using they. Okay. Within quotes you can write like for the first one, first part. For the third part, we are going to write the children were outside the underground tunnels on the planet Venus. Okay. And they were enjoying the warmth of the sun tremendously. Okay, over for 1 mark, how long can we write? That's enough. Okay, what they were doing, squinting at the sun, enjoying the looking at the sky, running here, helter skelter, all that we don't have to write. Okay, just simply write they were enjoying the warmth of the sun, the beauty of the sun, the clear skies to the utmost. Over. Next, let's move to the second question. So first question, I hope everybody is clear with it. First question. Let's move to the second one. Mention any three ways in which their lives on this planet differed from life on Earth. That means life on Venus versus life on Earth. How were they different? See again 3 marks. How will you write? Whatever points you remember, right? I will tell the answer. You will see how to frame the answer. Whatever points. They could not see the sun frequently. Very good, She has already said one. Life on earth, we see the sun. We who live on the earth, we see the sun every single day. Okay, for a couple of hours. Okay, for a number of hours. Okay, so and on your planet of Venus, we do not see the sun frequently, and we see the sun. They could see the sun only after 7 years. That too for just a single hour. Okay, point number one difference done. So Yusuf, see, don't mix both the points. Okay, everybody, those who have written, remember that we are not going to mix this point together, that there was sun, they could see the enjoy the sun for long hours on earth, and in planet Venus it continued raining. We will make them as separate points. One place sun could be seen frequently daily. Okay, and on the other hand, after 7 years they could see the sun, and that also for a single hour. Sun thing over. Next, now it comes to rain. On planet Venus, it rained constantly. There were almost no other seasons. It was always monsoon, it seemed. Okay. Next, they are not getting the warmth of the sun. It rained incessantly on Venus. In contrast to Earth, the sun rose every 7 years only for 1 hour. And one more we can say, no, see, warmth of the sun comes with sun only. One distinct point also we have. What is it? We can even say this, no, that on earth we live on the ground, not under the ground. Okay, so on planet Venus it was just like they were kind of rats. Because of the thunder and lightning, वो लोग ऊपर land के ऊपर नहीं रह सकते थे. They had to hide under the ground. They lived in underground tunnels. Okay. And nobody, you could even say this, that there was no freedom. Nobody could come out of their house because it was raining heavily and it was risky to come out of the house when there was thunder and lightning. Alright, this point also you can say. I will say keep distinct points. Sun one, rain, and then another one you write about freedom. In contrast to Earth, the sun rose every 7 years till. See, this three distinct points I have said. One, I have said that you have written correctly, but there is 3 marks, so you will not get 3 completely. If you have to, for getting 3 out of 3, we have to write 3 distinct points. One is they could see the sun daily on Earth, and on planet Venus, it was after 7 years, after every 7 years, just for a single hour. Okay. Second one, what will it be? That there was also incessant or continuous rainfall. What you have written, it rained incessantly on planet Venus, and it was almost always monsoon on planet Venus, and on Earth it was not so. We have distinct seasons, you can say. Okay. Third point, you can say that on planet Earth we see that people live on the ground. Okay, they make their houses on the ground, but on planet Venus, they had to live underground because of the risks, maybe because of thunder, lightning, incessant rain. They could not enjoy the pure environment. That also you can write. Alright. Next, why does the girl begin to cry when she looks at the raindrop? Again, see what is the number of marks? Again, 3. Okay. Why does the girl begin to cry when she looks at the raindrop? Looking at the raindrop, what made her cry? This is very easy. But always remember, you have to write it for 3 marks. See, if it was a 1 mark question, what would I have written? I would have just written that the girl was sad seeing the raindrop because she could no more enjoy the weather outside. Bas. But this is a 3 mark question because the moment of joy and enjoyment was about to retreat or was about to be erased off from their lives. Point 1 you have written. Another point, what can you write? Tilak Bansal, everything will be done. Okay, no hurry. This is also going to come in your exam. Finish this. We will move to Merchant of Venice also. 1 point you have said. See, another point, what can I say? That after 7 years, see, when first time they saw the sun, they were just 2 years old. They don't even remember what sun was, okay, when they had seen it. Now they have realized that it is very beautiful. It makes the sky pure blue in color. There is warmth outside. They could run outside. They are not trapped inside the tunnel. They felt everything. They realized the happiness in it. Okay, the joy. And therefore, when the girl suddenly saw that all their fun and happiness was going to get over very soon with that raindrop on her palm, she started crying. So you have written it is raining heavily continuously, and 7 years for 1 hour, and they had to live underground. Yes, this also you can add. Just sentence construction is not correct. Write it like this, that it would be another 7 years before they could see the sun, and that also it would be just for a single hour. You can, you can be creative in your answer. You can even add a short phrase, okay, or clause that no, Ayush, don't, this place you don't have to write this. That she remembered Margaret was closed because of her. No, not that. Okay, that point is incorrect. The girl began to cry because she thought the sun would not rise. She could not enjoy the sun for another 7 years. Okay, add this. The sun would not rise for another 7 years, and she would not be able to enjoy this amount of happiness again for a huge number of years. Okay, you can even be a little creative by saying that it is just like a small winter vacation or summer vacation and a long number of working days or school days. Okay, you can be a little creative also. Next, let's come to the fourth question. Yes. Describe the dramatic change in the weather immediately after the raindrop fell. Dramatic change in weather. Okay, you have to write slightly detailed answer because it is again 3 mark. So how will you write it? After seeing the raindrop, his mood was mood of excitement and joyfulness again filled with sadness, not sad feelings. Okay, see that one is the answer of the third. This one only, what you are saying, the third one. Fourth one we have come now. It is the dramatic change in the weather after the raindrop fell. So first it was just a single raindrop on the palm. First see what will be the answer. Okay, it will be a single raindrop. Those who know points keep on writing. Okay, I will tell you whether it is correct or not correct. So first there was a single drop on the palm of the girl, and then drastically the weather started changing. Okay, they could hear thunder and lightning, point number one. Point number two, it started raining heavily. Okay, and the sky was covered with dark clouds. The sun was hid behind the clouds. See, already 4 points I have told you. All these will be counted as separate points. You can write any. Okay, and when they started running towards, this is also another point, another fifth point I'm saying, that when they started running to the underground tunnel. Okay, um, they could hear thunder and lightning chasing them madly. So the sky darkened into the sky darkened. Don't write into midnight. Okay, the sky darkened in a flash. This one is single point, number one. They could hear thunder and lightning. They could see the lightning and it started raining heavily. So in one point, one line, you have already said all the 3 points. You can add the one that Rajesh Karan Pillai has written. The sky darkened in a flash. Okay, and the sun immediately hid behind the dark clouds. Okay, the first there was a single drop of rain, and they heard the sound of thunder, and they see the thunder 1 mile. Then all became dark again. No, thunder they can see even when it is dark. No, it is just cloudy dark. It is not that it is midnight. Understood the difference? एक है कि रात को निकले तो we cannot see anything. But when it is cloudy, then you can see stuff. No, just that it is kind of dull kind of darkness. Okay, so they could see the thunder. There's a the lightning and all. It is like a flash. You can see it. So you can write like this. It would be a nice sentence that it was when they started running towards the underground tunnel. It seemed that the lightning was chasing them madly. Okay, and they could no longer stay outside. All right, dramatic change in the weather done. Next, what feelings do they experience at the end of the story? See, again, we have two parts for the last question over here, number 5. What feelings do they experience? That means, of course, the children experience at the end of the story. At the end of the story. Now, Ayush, what point you were saying, you can say now. So, what was the feelings near the end of the story? That is being asked. Okay, near the end, what happened? They remembered doing something wrong. How do you do write all the points? Maybe some points you are missing out, and if you know, if you see that if your teacher is discussing the answers, and if you know that you have written all the points, then it must be your sentence construction, grammar. We teachers deduct for 3 things. One, if you have not written the points correctly. Point number two, if you have made grammatical mistakes. Point number three, if the sentence construction is only incorrect. I want to say my name is Reshmi Mukherjee, and I say my is Reshmi Mukherjee, or my name Reshmi Mukherjee. If such sentence constructions errors are there, you will lose marks. Okay, check whichever which you have. All right. So, what feelings do they experience at the end of the story? I'll start. Keep on telling me the answers, whatever you think is correct. Okay. Um, at the end of the story, what do we see? That the children, after it had started raining, okay, after they had come back inside the underground tunnel, okay, they felt guilty. Correct, they felt guilty after everything was over. The feeling of regret they experience at the end of the story. So infinity motivation, you can write that see the feeling of regret they experience at the end of the story was because, okay, was, you have to add, because they now finally understood what wrong they had done to Margaret by preventing her from seeing the beautiful scene of the sun, which now will never come before the next 7 years. One thing you can add over here, see the next way, what had they done earlier that made them feel this way? You have written the answer of this one also. You have given the full answer. You can add one more point because this is a 4-mark question. They had locked Margaret in the closet, so they felt guilty. Okay, you will write that for the first part. And so this is done. Okay, first part is done. Next, what have they done? This is your second part also. They had locked Margaret in the closet. So first part is going to be that they felt guilty for the the thing that they had done to Margaret. It was their self conscience, conscience. It was their conscience that was awakened at this point. Okay, it is a very important point, and if you add it, you will score good marks. uh, just mention it somewhere. Okay, that it their conscience were awakened. Till that time they never realized that why they were jealous of Margaret. Okay, that Margaret was going back to earth. Margaret has seen the sun for greater number of days. Okay, so they were kind of jealous. Margaret did not play with them. They were annoyed with Margaret. Okay, now that they have seen the sun and sun has been taken away from them, they can relate with Margaret. Understood? आप कुछ फील करोगे ऐसे कि उसने ये कर लिया and I could not, you will feel jealous. But once you share the same kind of feeling, you will realize what she felt. Okay, so they have started realizing why Margaret was so upset, because she missed the sun. Now these children also are missing the sun in the same way. Alright, so that we are going to add over here. What had they done earlier? This one you have already written. They had locked her in the closet just for fun, because they were jealous of her, and they thought she was privileged, and they wanted to keep her away from seeing the sun for some time. Maybe they thought that they would open her, they would bring her out after some time. They were not so evil minded, but they forgot about her. Okay. So let's move to the next one. I'm so glad that all of you are here. It's kind of a boring, it's kind of, what is it? I will say that these questions are kind of long, and kind of it becomes boring at times, not like MCQs. Okay. So I'm glad that you all are here. Let's move to question number 5. Read the following extract from The Little Match Girl. So here we have the topic. So the little girl walked about the streets on her naked feet, which were red and blue with cold. In her old apron she carried a great many matches, and she had a packet of them in her hand as well. Alright. So who was she? Who was she is the first question. See, 3 marks, and you have 2 parts of the question. Who was she, and what can you conclude about her condition from the above description? Who was she cannot have, it will be just a single mark. She was a little match girl, okay, selling matches on the streets of, on the streets, okay. What can you conclude about her condition from the above description? What can you conclude about her? Or simply if you put it, it will be what can you tell about her? You can have a complete 3-mark question from here only. Okay. Her condition is pathetic, with all kinds of financial and emotional problems in her life. Yusuf, you have come to the correct uh, line of thought, but only problem is choice of words is also important. Okay, we will not write pathetic. That shows that we also, our minds are also filled with disgust when we see a poor girl on the street. We will not write like that. Okay, how we will write? You know the answer. Okay, just frame it. Use a different word. For example, we can simply write that she was wearing half torn clothes. She did not have a proper shoe to wear. She did not have a proper warm clothing. Okay, and she could not even go back to her house because her house was not in a proper state. Okay, and she was hungry and tired. She was going on selling matchsticks on the streets, on the cold streets, barefoot. Okay, this shows that she was extremely poor, and she was devoid of love of her family. She was devoid of money as well as love. This way you can say. She is a little match girl. She belongs to very poor family, as he was not having slippers. Don't write sleepers. It is sleepers. Okay, that is slippers. SLIPPERS. And she had come to sell matches. In such a cold weather in Elizabethan time, it is considered a kind of beggary. No need of writing the last one. All right. What can you conclude about her condition? She was extremely poor. She was devoid of love as well as money. See, 2 marks only. No, who was she? She was a little match girl selling matches on the streets, on the cold streets, winter night and winter evening, and her condition, for that you can say that she was poor, extremely poor, no food, no money at all. And also you can add this line that she was devoid of money as well as devoid of love, because she was afraid to return. Remember, she was afraid of her father कि अगर कुछ भी ना बेच के घर वापस चले जाए तो she would get a scolding, maybe a beating also. Okay, clear? Let's move to the next one. What time of the year was it? This is very easy. See, 3 marks again. What time of year was it? Why did she not want to go home? Acha, so it was New Year's Eve. Both of you have written correctly immediately. It was a New Year's Eve, and she did not want to go home because her father was sure to beat her because she had not earned a single penny. Very good. Oh, the complete exact answer Mickey has written. It was a New Year's Eve. Just remember to change your line. That means change your paragraph when you are starting to write the second part. Okay. Demarcation, clear demarcation कि मेरा first part का answer हो गया खत्म. अब second part I am writing. Leave 2 finger gap and start the second paragraph. Or leave a line and come to the next line and write. Change your line and write. Okay. She did not want to go home because she was afraid of her father because she had not earned a single penny. Exact. Perfect. The second one you only have given. I don't have to say. What did she use the matches for? What did she use the matches for? Finally, when she could not sell anything, she did something with the matches. What is it? It was cool. The fear of being beaten by her father prevented her from going home because she had not sold a single matchstick. Okay, infinity motivation, grammatical mistake. Not sold. It was New Year's Eve. She did not want Yusuf. She did not want to go home as she could not sell. She tried, but she could not. So could not sell a single box of matchstick and haven't earned a single penny. Her father would surely beat her. Besides, her home was as cold as outside. This one also you can write. She did not want to go home. Yusuf has given us a new point that also you can add over here. Okay. See, one point what you have all written is correct. That she was afraid of her father that कुछ भी ना बेच के घर जाए तो I will get beaten. Second point you can write that their house was also not good enough to protect her from that extreme cold. Okay, very good. Yusuf has written a very good point. So she could even stay outside, no, to avoid the beating, because even if she goes to her house, she will not be protected properly. Okay, her house had a lot of holes. Cold wind kept on entering the house, so it was useless. That also we can add. Now, what did she use the matches for? She lit the matches to prevent herself from the chilling cold, to protect herself. Don't write prevent, protect herself from the chilling cold. Use the matches to warm herself. That is also correct, not for warming. She used the matches to warm herself or to keep herself warm in that chilling cold. Okay. What happened when she lit the first match? See, for all these 5 questions, you don't have to write much because all have parts. So, short answers only. Hello, Abhay. When she strikes the first match, she sees a great iron stove with polished brass knobs and ornaments. Very good. So when she lit the first match, suddenly she hallucinated something. Okay, what did she hallucinate? She hallucinated that there was an iron stove in front of her which had polished brass knobs and ornaments. Okay, because she wanted that warmth. Okay, and she was devoid of that warmth. She was outside, sitting outside, so she imagined that she was getting that warmth. Okay, so she imagined that she was sitting on Mickey, she was sitting on the burning stove. What will happen to that person's ass? Hey Bhagwan, what did you say? Imagine somebody sitting on the stove. That will become difficult for that person. No? She was sitting by the stove. Okay. She saw an iron stove which provides her warmth. TH, okay, infinity motivation. WARMTH. She saw a great iron stove with polished knobs and ornaments. She used the matches to warm herself. When she lit the first match, she felt as if that was sitting in front of a great iron stove with polished brass knobs and brass ornaments. Okay, you can add one more point that she missed that warmth. Okay, she was sitting in the chilling cold outside, so she missed the warmth, and we hallucinate things that we miss the most. So she also did the same thing. She visioned that she was sitting in front of a great iron stove, okay, and with brass knobs, polished knobs, and ornaments, because she missed the warmth inside the house. Okay, done. Coming to the fourth one, two more questions from, I believe it is just two more questions. I'll just check. Yes, section D will come next. So finish off with these two. Whom did she love dearly? This is also very easy. Whom did she love dearly? So she loved, yes, grandmother. She loved her grandmother dearly. What, see, sometimes what happens is this, that preposition is something that is very difficult for us. Okay, even for me. Okay, it becomes very difficult. I will do a phrasal verb exercise with you all. It will be slightly clear, but it is very difficult to mug everything up, no? So it will remain a slight difficult one for you. You will have to keep practicing it. So you can see that a small preposition can make so many difference. No? So whom did she love dearly? You have all written she loved her grandmother dearly. Next part, what did she say when this person appeared before her? This one is important, okay? What did she say? All the visions are important. Don't forget to remember them. Phrasal verb. Phrasal verb we will do. Of course, this I am preparing a chart where you will get some, those, what should I say? Phrasal verbs, different important phrasal verbs. I'm preparing that. We will do that. So, how you remember all rules of grammar? See, it is difficult. See, a person like you are preparing so many subjects, no? So it is kind of confusing. But I keep on, teaching from early morning to late night. See, it is 10:30. I'm still teaching. After that also, I will work on my website, this and that, question papers and stuff. So as I'm going on doing it, you see that practice will of course help you. Don't think that when I was a student, tabbi I knew all the rules. Okay, it was not that easy. She told that she wants to go with her to the heaven. Mickey has written, she loved her grandmother dearly. She asked her to take her. Don't write in quotes, just write simply. She asked her to, she requested her grandmother to take her with her. Okay, that means to heaven. Because she thought that she would find love at least in heaven. Where she will not feel cold. Very good point. She will not, Mickey. She will not feel cold. She will not feel the hunger. She will not be devoid of love and care and money. So she said that she wants to go to heaven with her grandmother. She requested her grandmother that, don't write that, she requested her grandmother to take her away with her because no one loved her in this world except grandmother. Who you? Me. When you are talking, if you say you, it means myself. Okay, so you have to write except her grandmother. So what did she say when the person appeared before her? She said that I have realized that she had already realized that it was a vision. Okay, and as soon as the matchsticks vanish, okay, as soon as the fire of the matchstick is wiped out, she will no longer be able to see her grandmother. But she loved her the most and she did not want to lose her all over again. So she told her to take her with her to the heaven, okay, where she can find love and she will not be bothered by hunger and all. Okay, next last question for today. What happened to the little girl at the end of the story? She asked her grandmother to take her little girl to heaven. Okay, see, there is 3 marks, so just add this point also, that by that time she had realized. Okay, I'm talking about this one. By that time her grandmother comes, she realized that as soon as the light of the matchstick vanishes, she will not be able to, she will lose her grandmother all over again. This one you write. She did not want to lose her again. She loved her the most. So then you write whatever you're writing. She asked her grandmother to take her with her grandmother to heaven. Alright, 3 lines. Last one, 5th one. What happened to the little girl at the end of the story? Everybody can say. At the end of the story, what happened? Okay, so Shreyashi has written that the little match girl was dead in the morning. Okay, because of that extreme cold outside, she was lying dead by the time it was morning. Next question is very good. Would you consider this as this one is a very important question. Okay, highlight it with some very dark shade. Would you consider this as a happy ending or a sad one? Give one reason for your answer. Just writing, I think this is a sad ending, I think this is a happy ending will not help. One reason also you have to give. The little match girl died of cold. It is both happy and sad. Happy ending is that she is now free from the selfish world, and sad is that she is innocent, and she had to die without any reason. She had to die without any reason. Okay, this was a happy ending because she would be happy with her grandmother in heaven. Okay, this is also correct. Little girl froze to death at the end of the story. This was a sad ending as it shows the miserable condition of not only the girl but also the mindset of. Acha, one important thing, Yusuf, mention it with bold letters. Okay, this is not Elizabethan. This is Victorian period. Okay, not Elizabethan. Victorian period. In the Victorian period, all these troubles happened. Okay, there was capitalization. Children did not get proper education. Okay, they lived in, a lot of factories came up. Just give me a little bit of time. Okay, I'll explain you a little bit of it. Just don't get bored of it. Just listen to it as a story. Victorian period में क्या था कि बहुत सारा factories आया. Okay, when factories came up, there became one sector who was very rich, one sector who were very poor. Because you see, the employers are there, the factory owners are there, okay, and the people who will work as laborers, those will be there. Now what was the problem? That the factory owners क्या करते थे, इन लोगों को exploit करते थे. ओके, ये प्रॉपर एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड नहीं करते थे. इसकी जो इनफ मनी वाज नॉट गिवन टू द वर्कर्स. Okay, and long hours they kept on working. Now what happened? These people who are laborers, they could not provide education to their children. कुछ भी तरह से money चाहिए for food, so they even used to send their children to work. So this thing happened to the little match girl also. That is why you see, you can get a question, very important question. If you are purchasing my question papers, you may get that. Okay, that little match girl, why no name is given to this little girl? Because little girl is the state that we see the little girl in. जो little girl का condition है, वो condition सब उस टाइम के सारे बच्चों को जो लोअर क्लास के होते थे, सबका सेम सिचुएशन था. ओके, सो इसीलिए प्रॉब्लम क्या था कि नो नेम इज प्रोवाइडेड जस्ट टू जनरलाइज द कंडीशन, द पैथेटिक कंडीशन और द सिवियर कंडीशन ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन ऑफ द लोअर क्लास इन दोज प्लेसेस. वन साइड यू सी कितना कितना सारा मतलब क्रिसमस का सेलिब्रेशन पार्टी हो रहा है, और दूसरे साइड में ये लिटिल गर्ल डज नॉट इवन हैव अ प्रॉपर स्लीपर फॉर द कोल्ड सीजन. Okay, a little story I have told you, just general. If you want a detailed explanation of this, you can go to the little match girl explanation video, you will find it. Okay, so I guess this whole thing is clear to you. Okay, section C is done. Section D also we will do. Everyone was suffering with the same condition, that's why name was not given to her. Correct, Shreyashi, correct. This is an important question. Okay, alright, so we have come to an end for today's class, and if you have liked it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And one more thing, those who are purchasing the question papers, don't forget to inform that in the mail. Just mail it to me that you require it, how many question papers you require, with, without answer key, you want me to correct it, whatever it is, when you require it, let me know. Okay, now only. Okay, so that I can start preparing the questions. Prepare kar liya to I can send you whenever you want. All right, one set, I think total of one set I have already prepared. I think another 5 or 6 I have to prepare, and it depends on you. As many you require, I will have to prepare. Just let me know. It takes time to prepare questions, no. I have to सारे जो states का different students है, उनके जो questions आए हुए हैं, all those topics I have to see. Okay, check which is better, and then I have to prepare the question papers, and also see that it is not repeating in the different sets. So let me know about that. Just write your name, let me know over there in the email ID. As I told you, Here we keep on doing MCQs. That will be a complete set. That will not be discussed in the channel. Okay, that is for only, that will be a paid one. So वो यहाँ पे we cannot discuss. Here we are going to discuss the MCQs, the question papers that you are sharing. All that we'll do. Those who want to share it, I will show you the email ID once more. You can see it here. Okay. If you want to discuss your question papers, okay, for those who want to discuss your question papers, okay, the pre boards one, you can share it here, free of cost. You will get the discussion of it. Yes, only one set along with the answer key. Okay, the question paper along with the answer key. What have you written? Where is your message? Infinity. My answer is correct. This one. Which one have you written? Infinity motivation. Tell me which one you have written. Acha, so that's all. You also have to go for dinner. Tomorrow is Sunday. Sleep well. Okay. Tomorrow again we will meet at 8:30 p.m. and we will discuss our questions. Tomorrow grammar we are going to do. Alright. That's all. Thank you so much, Reshmi. Thank you so much. I try to do it as much as possible. Okay. Bye bye. Meet you tomorrow 8:30 p.m. with grammar. What, ma'am, please? Which one? Tell me. I can't see your thing. Which one did you say? Questions? Any answer? Bye bye, Shreyashi. You have written my answer is correct. Where is your answer now? The little match girl died of cold. Full stop. It is both happy. You change the line and write because this is your second answer. After full stop, you change your line and write. It is both a happy as well as a sad ending. Full stop, not comma, full stop. It is happy because she is now free from the selfish world and all the troubles of this world. And sad because she was innocent and she had to die. Okay, wherever I have told you a little bit changes here and there, that make that changes. Okay, make those changes and rest of it is correct. Okay, grammatical infinity motivation, just be careful with your sentence construction and grammar. Points you are writing clearly, sentence construction is becoming slightly problematic. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much. So tomorrow 8:30 p.m. All right, bye bye. Okay, so your thing is not showing to me. It will not show in infinity motivation. See, there are certain messages that it will not show. If you are telling me to subscribe, I will see. Okay, because this will not show in YouTube. Those are all only those students who are interested in studies. Okay, because certain times I have been bothered by different people, no, who just come in to spam. So those people are to keep them away from this channel. Those comments are hidden, so I cannot see most of them. That's why I missed yours. Okay, I will do it if I if I remember. I'll of course do it. We should stick to one part, like either happy or sad. Either happy or sad for the answer. No, you cannot say that for an English answer. That I cannot accept, Mr. MKS. Why I will tell you? Because it's a literature answer. This is not your what should I say, science, that either this one will happen or that one will happen. And this is what this is a this is your what should I say? This is your value based question. Your own creative answers will be accepted. Don't worry about that. All right. That's all. Thank you so much. MKS, did you understand why I said that? Because you have to be creative in your answer. That way also you can be creative. That it is a very kind of a dicey way to call it either a sad or a happy moment. Okay. That's all. Thank you so much. Bye bye. If I remember, I'll do it. Okay. Bye bye.